Dale Partridge, People Over Profit, Break the System, Live with Purpose, Be More Successful. Dive into the fascinating world of People Over Profit by Dale Partridge and discover the mechanisms behind the rise and fall and potential redemption of businesses in today's fast-paced corporate environment. Explore the inevitable cycles businesses go through, from the honest era, where companies are built on integrity and quality, to the deceptive era where greed and dishonesty overshadow the company's original purpose. Find out whether businesses can escape this vicious cycle and, if so, learn about the 7 core beliefs that successful, ethical companies share, ranging from valuing people and transparency to facing fears and committing to high quality.
The vicious cycle of corporate evils. Corporations often start with virtuous beginnings, but their integrity can get compromised as they get caught up in a predictable cycle of honesty, efficiency, deception, and redemption. This cycle is responsible for many industry leaders becoming bad companies. The fast food giant McDonald's started with a motto of quality, service, cleanliness, and value. However, they moved into the efficiency section of the cycle and pushed quality and service into the background. Many corporations like McDonald's can turn their image around and revert to their once-forgotten focus on quality. The life cycle of companies. Companies go through different stages in their life cycle, and the first one is called the honest era. During this time, businesses prioritize people over profit. However, as they grow and face more competition, they enter the efficient era where being productive becomes the primary focus. This can lead to prioritizing efficiency over the original goal of the company. The next stage is not as positive, and the continuation of this discussion will be detailed in the next part. The Ford Motor Company is an example of a company that successfully navigated through the honest and efficient eras while still valuing its employees. The 3 eras of a company's life. Companies go through 3 phases: the honest, the deceptive, and the apologetic era. The deceptive era includes practices like employing child labor and misleading advertising campaigns. This may lead to short-term financial success, but ultimately, consumers become dissatisfied. During the apologetic era, companies must right their wrongs, invest in higher quality standards, and admit mistakes. Admissions of guilt help rebuild the image of an organization that cares and gradually regain consumers' and employees' trust. The goal is to stay in the honest era, but striving for it continuously is possible. Staying honest, the 7 core beliefs of successful companies. In today's world of ever-growing corporate scandals, it's refreshing to know that businesses can still maintain honesty and integrity. The key is to follow 7 core beliefs that successful companies share. Firstly, treating people right by valuing and respecting team members, customers, and vendors. Secondly, prioritizing the truth by avoiding weasel words and taking responsibility for mistakes. This truthfulness not only earns a loyal customer base but also attracts and retains loyal employees. Other essential beliefs include accountability, transparency, admitting to mistakes, and adjusting accordingly. By following these core beliefs, companies can maintain their honesty and integrity, which is crucial for success in the current business landscape. The power of transparency, authenticity, and generosity in business. Keeping a business honest involves 3 values: transparency, authenticity, and generosity. Opting for full transparency offers liberation for both the business and its customers. Consumers engage with the company without speculating about its honesty. Authenticity means practicing what you preach and not manufacturing it through marketing. Generosity is a top priority as the modern consumer wants to buy into the brand's values too. Tom's and Warby Parker are examples of successful one-for-one models for every purchase made. Honesty and quality in business. Every honest company needs a commitment to high quality, which builds credibility and shows customers that the company values them. The second principle is facing fears, such as admitting faults or fear of change, which is crucial to moving forward. Apple's Maps app failure showed the importance of honesty and admitting mistakes. In the world of business, there are two essential values that every honest company requires. The first is a commitment to high quality. Achieving this level of quality gives a company a competitive edge, as quality speaks for itself. Customers know that a company that values its products will also value its customers. This principle applies not only to the products themselves, but also to the packaging, design of the website, and even the choice of paper for a business card. Each detail contributes to the overall image that customers have of a company, making them more likely to trust that company as a client. Providing quality may mean increasing prices or decreasing profit margins. However, what matters more than prices and profits is creating the right emotions in customers. For example, the lighting and fixtures in a store can make customers either cringe or feel great. Therefore, it's critical to offer high-quality surroundings that make customers feel comfortable and valued. The second principle that honest companies adhere to is facing fears. Fear can take many forms, whether it's fear of change or reluctance to admit faults. However, honest companies recognize that making amends is necessary for moving forward. Even Apple demonstrated the importance of this principle. When their Maps app failed to compete with Google Maps and led users to the wrong locations, Apple's CEO, Tim Cook, had the courage to admit the company's errors and issue a formal corporate apology. This demonstrated that Apple valued honesty above all else, and it ultimately strengthened their reputation. In summary, honesty and quality are essential values for any company. High-quality products and services build credibility and show customers that the company values them. Facing fears, such as admitting faults or fear of change, is crucial to the success of any company. Apple's Maps app failure is a prime example of the importance of honesty and admitting mistakes. Consumer power. Consumers hold immense power in the market, and it's time to use that power to create positive change. By supporting honest companies and taking action ourselves, we can break the cycle of good companies turning bad. We can even launch our own endeavors in the current trend of social responsibility. Learn by doing and start making good things happen.
Having journeyed through the riveting insights provided by People Over Profit, we now understand the importance of keeping our businesses anchored in their honest roots. By adopting and internalizing the 7 core beliefs, valuing people, truth, transparency, authenticity, generosity, quality, and facing fears, we can achieve long-term success and maintain the integrity of our businesses. As consumers, we too have the power to create change by directing our spending towards companies that prioritize people over profit. In essence, we can promote ethical businesses and contribute to the ongoing trend of corporate social responsibility. Trust the process and embrace learning by doing, and let's work together to create a more just and sustainable business landscape for future generations.